is a wounded combat veteran, and he was on his own private property. On October 21st, 2022, his neighbor, Cheryl Cade, called the police because she was accusing her neighbor, Mel Court, of damaging her fence.
This is an outrageous story that you must know.
This is a video of the fence in question. The fence is 38 years old and runs along the adjacent properties. Cheryl Cade, the neighbor, has no proof or evidence that Mel Court damaged her fence. And he didn't. The police came out, took her statement, and then wanted to talk to Mr. Court. Mr. Court was answering their questions from across the fence, but they wanted to be closer. He told them, no, do not come on my property. I do not consent.
Here is more video prior to Mel Court's arrest.
Can you get off my property, please? Get off of my property. I do not want to speak to you. You have no consent to be on my property. Get off now. Get off of my property. Get off of my property now. Get off of my property, please. And just to let you know, the body camera showed that he refused to get off my property. Get off my property now. Get off. You're in my way. You're on my property. Get off my property.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Get
Don't do
off.
that.
Get off
Don't do
my
that. Don't do
property.
that. Don't do that.
What
Let
you
him,
want to do? Get
let
off my
him
property.
through.
Get
Let
off.
him through.
Get off my property.
You guys,
Get off my property. Get off. I'm going to. Get off my property.
hold on. You're gonna make him
Get off my
fall.
property.
You're gonna make
Get
him fall.
off.
You can't. No, you can't. Hold on. No.
Get off.
You don't let that get too. I have a weapon that anything on me. So you don't get nothing to it. You don't let us do what we have to do. Can I explain something to you? You intimidate officers to come over here?
Okay, can I explain something to you?
What's that?
Can we reason?
He gotta get off my husband. I've got.
Look at what you do. Take them off so you can see what you've done. Take it off. It ain't no adjusting them. Take the cuff off of me. I think I'm relaxed. Look at my wrist. Look at my Sam. Sam, come film. Come film. Sam, film. Look at my wrist. Look at my wrist.
There's no marks on your
What,
leg.
what the fuck you mean?
There's absolutely no marks.
Sam.
After being placed in a squad car, the police claim there is no injury to Court's wrist. However,
Sam, pull my sleeve up. Let her pull my sleeve up, please. Pull it. Nothing on my wrist. Nothing on my wrist.
so police are caught in
There
a
are 3
lie.
marks on his
They
wrist.
switch up their tactics.
Nothing on my wrist.
Well, what you don't understand
Nothing on my
is
wrist.
that's how he
Nothing
gets
on my wrist.
around.
Come on, bro.
Did you
Okay.
call to yell at me or?
No, I'm not yelling at you. I'm telling you, nothing on my wrist. This is how I move, dude.
As Jolly Good Ginger stated in the original video, the neighbor called about Court allegedly damaging a fence. However, video taken may dispute this claim as the fence already appears quite old and rusty.
You're not hearing me.
That's even better. So they come back and investigate it. There's no.
Don't investigate. Please show me the damage. He didn't show me any damage. Can you take me out of here and take me and show me the damage?
Did you even get to that?
You didn't show me no damage because there's no damage.
Because he has to leave the property.
I think we've got someone saying there's damage. And you're saying
I'm telling you there's no damage.
He informed them to go get a warrant if they wanted to come on his property without his permission. When Mr. Court had finally had enough, he said, I'm done with this, and tried to leave. The officers blocked his wheelchair, refused to let him leave, and then eventually drug him out of his wheelchair and arrested him, as you saw in the opening video. They charged him with assaulting a peace officer. This happened on a Friday, and Mr. Court spent the entire weekend in jail. While he was in jail, they didn't properly administer his diabetes medication, so he ended up in the infirmary twice, once in very serious condition.
Ginger then puts us on to the department and the officers who showed up and apprehended Mel Court. Despicable behavior that must be called out. Thus, Ginger set up a GoFundMe, which reads as follows. Corporal Retired Court is a Marine Corps combat veteran who lost his legs in Iraq, December 7th, 2005. On the afternoon of October 21st, 2022, Corporal Retired Court was working in his yard cleaning and clearing debris for the county CAUV program when a neighbor accosted him over damage to a 30-year-old fence. She called the local sheriff's office, who came to investigate the call. Corporal Retired Court tried speaking with the officer from a distance, which did not appease the officer, who decided to come onto Court's property with 2 more officers after being told by Corporal Retired Court that his presence was not welcome on said property. After numerous times of telling the officers to get off the private property, in which the officers failed to comply, Corporal Retired Court decided to leave the scene and had his path blocked by the officers several times and was assaulted by them. He spent 3 days in jail, not given his medication because he is diabetic, nor proper dietary meals. He was initially charged with assault on a peace officer, a felony, and several other misdemeanors. The felony was dropped and he still has to fight the misdemeanors and clear his name. This case is ongoing, and any help to fight for his civil rights is appreciated. Thank you. If you can, please donate to his GoFundMe.